Hello and welcome back to Flipping Motors UK. Today I am back at Wilson's, well round the back of Wilson's actually, to pick up my little Astra. Does concern me that it's parked right out of the way. That looks like it's been there a while, doesn't it? Look at that. But yes, it's a tidy little thing. Fiat 500. Here it is. The GTC. It's a 1.4 turbo, an engine I've not had before, but I'm told is extremely unreliable. As I mentioned in my last video, well, that's nasty, isn't it? As I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to have to keep buying all these cars that no one else wants to keep costs down and get them pretty reasonable, aren't I? But here's the Astra. There is an engine light on, so I'm going to see what that may or may not be on for. But I think it's a bonny looking thing, especially with them big wheels. There we go, a bonny thing. We'll need a front bumper painting or something doing about that. May have been done before. I've got the plates in the car ready to screw on for the journey home. They're actually in the Fiesta, which I've parked here. I'm going to be picking it up later on today. Tyres, I'd say about 3.5 mil on there. Discs look slightly scored. We'll have to have a mechanic check them out. Might be juddering or something. Needs a good polish. I don't think it looks too bad a thing, to be fair. What I paid for it, it's only, how much was it? I don't know, just under 800 quid. Discs again, has it been sat a bit? I think they might clean up. Tyres, got about 6 mil on it. Good looking car, these GTCs. How do you put the boots? Is it the, there you go, Vauxhall badge. Again, like I say, we've got the plates to go on. Parcel shelf. Get that back in place. There we go. Needs a good clean in the boot, doesn't it? Tyre inflation kit, that's probably out of date as well. Doesn't smell like damp or anything, which is a good start. A little bit of lacquer peel on the back bumper there. About 5 mil on this tyre, Hankook, and again disc looks slightly corroded. We'll see how they clean up after the journey home. It's about 25 mile. Got a bit of rust starting on the bottom of the wing there, sadly. See what we can do to get that looking better. I do like these wheels. Not very smart, don't I? I think, is it 19? Something like that. Let's see if we can find it. 19 inch. Big old set of alloys then, like. And we've got about 3.5, well, I'd say 4 mil on that tyre as well. Good looking car, that. Going to pop the bonnet, see what we can find. Being a Vauxhall, I dread to think. Right, looks a bit wet under here. Why? Why is the question. Appears we've got a leak from the, say, rocker gasket, something like that, potentially. Don't look too bad down there. See, there's a lot of oil around certain components, so that's going to have to be looked at. No mayo on there, nothing like that. That's a good start. Well, there's oil in it still. Looks a bit dirty. Probably due a clean. This is a turbo one as well, 1.4 turbo. I think they're only about 120 horsepower, something like that. Have we got any coolant in it? I can see it. I don't think they've had a chance to pressurise, even if there was anything wrong with it. But I don't know if you can see that through here, but it's just under the maximum mark, so that's not too bad. Get that topped up to full. Well, get this thing back on. That's a little bit loose, isn't it? Just a rubber trim by the look of it. Get that out of the way. I think we've done alright with this one. Yes, there's a few bits, but I paid $785 after fees, 600 plus the fees, 785, not too bad. I think it looks a lot of car for the money, doesn't it? Even with an engine light on. But I mean, I'll show you. It runs and drives absolutely fine. Well, we'll see about drives on the way home, but it definitely runs alright. Is this the key? No. It's the only thing when you're like me and you've got a pocket full of keys. There we go. It sounds really, really healthy. So we've obviously got bonnet open, change engine oil soon. If with the Vauxhalls, if it says change engine oil soon, that's alright, it means it needs a service. But if it says service vehicle now, that doesn't mean it's due an oil change, it means there's a fault with the car, so you do have to be careful with that. As you can see, it's got engine light on, but the engine seems to be running absolutely fine, so I'll get that plugged in, get the plates on the car. Oh, 6-speed as well. Let's hope gearbox isn't noisy as well, you know what these like. Yeah, I think I've done alright with this one. It's not perfect, but we need to see what that engine light's on for, don't we, before I make my mind up. So we've all got the number plates on. Just going to go and check for codes on this car. I think the OBD's on the let's have a look. I think it's under here off the top of my head. Ah, there you go. So we'll get the top done on that and see what it comes up with. There we go, 108,000 miles on this. We're now going to have a little look on the topped on Art Diag 600S. So is it under Opel or Vauxhall? Vauxhall, there we go. It's a manual. It is a 2012 and it's an Astra, it'll just be classed as an Astra J. I know they've called it the GTC. Confirm. It's just establishing communication with a vehicle. Let's see what it comes up with. They're quite good these because you can use them as either a touch screen or you've got your manual controls if you'd rather. What do we want to do? We want to do an auto scan. So there should be something coming up on engine control module there. I'll click auto scan there. That wants to know what engine it is now. Well, there's a 1.4 and then there's a 1.4 turbo. I'm guessing it's that one. Stop start. Yeah, because it says eco on there, so it's equipped. And it's going to go and scan that now. See what comes up. Doing it quite quickly actually, 37%, 50% already. Not too bad. I've been getting so much use out of this. A what? Yes. Does not exist. Oh, well, there you go, I was wrong. Right, so we've got a couple of codes in. So electronic brake control, it is just a manual handbrake on this one, I will add. And engine control module. What I want to do is I want to read for DTCs. What do I want to do? Just ignition cycle. See what comes up. Let's wait for that to load there. I'll tell you what I don't get, why people put these air fresheners on there, because look what it does. Chips away all the paint around the, whatchamacallit. Right, this is I've clicked the wrong one, haven't I? DTC display, that'll be it, won't it? Right, so fuel trim system lean, catalyst system low efficiency, and that is a current code. Engine coolant thermostat heater, intake air. If I'm really lucky here, it could be something to do with just a coil pack. We'll have to find out though, won't we? I think it could be a bit more than that. Someone's chopped it in. Right, no trouble codes. Let's start it up. Right, fuel level low. So the light has gone off, but there's something definitely there. That is not a fix, by the way. I will be getting that looked into. There is no engine light currently. It could just be something as simple as the, I don't know, some spark plugs, the coil pack. I'll have to have a proper look into it and find out why that was on. It could even be an exhaust sensor or something, but there's no terrifying codes, nothing to do with the turbo or anything like that. So thanks again, Topped On. 600 Art Diag 600S has come to the rescue. So hopefully get a nice drive home, get some fuel in the car because it is quite low, and so see if we make it first. I'll see you back at the unit. So I've just let it run while I've been waiting for the trade insurance to go through. I've just noticed this up in the top of the windscreen, so it looks as though it has been serviced. I know I'm waiting on the history. It must be about due, like same with the MOT, so we'll get that done. But you know what, I think I'm good and all right here. Like I say though, I'm not going to jinx myself until I do actually make it home. There we go, made it back all right. I've been driving the car around a little bit, and to be fair, until the second car switched the car on, we hadn't even had any engine warning lights. It has come back on now. It's not affecting the drive at all. It's been driving really well. Do want to get something done about that lacquer peel though. But I'll show you what I found on the topped on that Diag 600S. So, management light is back on, but the engine's running absolutely fine. It's running really well, it boosts nicely actually. I tell you what, it's got a bit of poke. I was expecting it to be slower than this. I'm not saying it's quick by any means, but it's not too bad. We've got this code coming up for fuel system 2 lean. Having a little look online, apparently there's something that goes on the PCVs. There's potentially some little pipe or something which you can get. If you don't know what that means, PCVs, positive crankcase ventilation. But we'll get that looked into. I'm probably not going to do it myself, to be fair, but it's running absolutely fine. I think that's all it could be, to be fair. There's no lack of power. I don't think it's turbo related, nothing like that. Gearbox is all good. I know my friend Brett, one of my regular viewers, I think he's commented on a few of these. He's had issues with the gearbox on one of these recently, with less than half the mileage of this one. But this one's absolutely fine. Who knows, it may have already been done at 109,000 miles now. As you can see, I've done about 35 miles in it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go and get that diagnosed correctly in the garage. I've actually got a Vauxhall specialist that I do occasionally use as well, so I might give him a shout. He's an ex-Volt, well, he's an absolute he's fantastic when it comes to Vauxhalls. He's an absolute mastermind, so might give him a go having a look at this, see if he's busy. I haven't given much work recently, so it'd be nice to have a catch up. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this little video anyway. Something a little bit different, give you a good walk around of the car. And again, I think that's 2 good cars in a row from Wilson's now. If I have to buy the cars no one else wants, slightly risky, engine light, eco boom, so be it. If I'm getting cars for bottom buck, I'll quite happily do that, and I'll take all the profit, thank you very much. You won't see me, well, I don't want to work for nothing, put it that way. But no, really impressed with this one so far. I think we'll have to have another trip to Wilson's. It'd be nice to see if they'd let us do a bit of filming there as well, see what the thoughts are on that. There we go, I've dropped the Astra GTC off at my mechanic this morning, and he's given me a call an hour later to say I was expecting a bit of a shopping list. He says, right, it's passed its MOT. What? So obviously the engine light's cleared. He thinks that's something to do with the boost system, potentially a boost leak or something, or inlet. So he wants to have a little look into that properly. But he's saying about the oil leak, again, it's passed an MOT with it, amazingly. It's only classed as minor because it's not dripping. But what he is going to do is, he's told me to go home, give it a good blast off the unit, and then drive it around for a day or two, bring it back for them faults and give it a service as well. It can be properly diagnosed. So for now I'm in the Eco Boost. I've got my proper Ford oil, as you can see here, and that's getting dropped off for its bits and pieces as well. Hopefully we should have 2 nice cars ready for sale by the weekend, all being well. Well, yeah, brakes and everything must have cleared up all right, because there's no advisories or anything from. If I did pick up on the 2 front tyres, they've been advised. I'll have a proper look at them, get it jacked up, see what the mechanic thinks as well. But obviously I want the car to be right. If it doesn't cost us a great deal to do so, even better. But we'll see where the oil leak's coming from first, and also the engine warning light. We do need a definite answer as to why that's on as well. There we go. Cleaned all out under here now. Let it dry off a bit. I think it could be coming somewhere from round here, so we'll let it all dry off, and get Jim to have a look and see where he thinks the leak's coming from. It's all nice and clean now. Hopefully we can find a leak and diagnose why the engine light's on. Got a few other little bits to do in the meantime. This still hasn't sold, by the way, one with a new clutch. There's nothing wrong with this car. I'm not sure why it hasn't sold. Obviously the Fiesta from the last video, that's gone in now to get a bit of work done. It's going to see what the knocking noises, the exhaust blowing and all that. And the Fiat 500 is getting delivered to the customer tonight now. The thermostat housing has been replaced. Gonna have a little play about with this old Fiesta bumper. It does need to go to the skip, but I'm going to take a few bits off it and see if we can maybe generate a bit of cash off some of the additional parts. We've obviously got a few grills on the front there. Ford badge. These have got to be worth something to someone that's had a bit of damage, haven't they? So we'll get them on eBay. Could make us a bit of beer money. Just trying to be a bit proactive while work is getting done. I don't want to fully valet the Astra yet. I don't know how long it's going to be in with mechanics. But I'll be getting on with that and giving it a good run out later to see if we can spot that oil leak. There you go, someone just called me a hoarder, but let's face it, some good parts on here. Someone will need them. Be nice to get a bit of money back rather than just flinging the old bumper away, but that'll obviously be going to the tip. And that car is now sold. It's been out about a week or something, no issues reported. Good little car. There we go, just going to let it dry itself off. That's obviously just a remainder of the water that's sat on there. It will have to burn that off to be able to see the leak for. Nothing to worry about. It's not overheating, don't worry. Well, not yet anyway. We think it's going to be coming somewhere from down here. So we do want to be able to see if there's anything spraying out, because there was a fair bit of oil under here. But it might have been like it a while, because it does look extremely clean. We'll see. We'll see where it's coming from, and if I have to, I'll take it for a little drive up the road before we go up to Jim's. But like I say, nothing to worry about there. It's just burning off the excess water that hasn't already dried off. It's been sat outside an hour or so. Hopefully we'll get a bit of an answer. There we go, nothing as of yet. It has been running for about half an hour while I play Candy Crush in the BMW. But yeah, I can't see any signs of oil at the moment. Might have to get Jim to put it up on the ramp, give it a quick run about before I take it back there, and then see what we can find. Everything else is working fine, the fan's cutting in and out as it should be, the coolant's all good. I think it could be something to do with this. I was reading something online, apparently the O-ring, there's a little rubber O-ring on the bottom of this pipe here. It could be potentially from there. We'll have to have a little look. That's all for now, guys. I am going to get the Astra back up to the mechanic, but I don't think we're going to have time to put the ending on this video, as I don't know how long it's going to be with Jim for. I will put it on a future video, so if you do like and subscribe, I'll let you know exactly what the car needed in the next video, or one of the next videos, depending how long it takes. And then obviously by then we're hopefully going to have a bit more auction content. I'm hoping for Wilson's tomorrow, but I don't know what they're like with the filming, so I'll give them a shout first. I was having a bit of a chat with one of my mates yesterday. I says, because believe it or not, my passport ran out absolutely ages ago, and I haven't been abroad since I was really young. I was saying, if I hit 10,000 subscribers, which I know it's in the future, it's a bit in the future now. If I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to pay for my passport, get a nice little camera, do some proper recording for you guys, and I'm going to, whether it's in my old BM or obviously now the channel's monetized, say how much I've got and buy a car and do a bit of a trip, whether it's France, Germany, whatever, maybe take it to the ring. I'm going to do it. 10,000 subscribers, please. I tell you what, that'll be a laugh, me driving some old bang around the Nürburgring, won't it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Like I said in the last video, I'm really enjoying doing these at the moment, and while I'm off work for a bit, I can try and get a few done. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them equally, and I'll try and get some slightly different content. Hopefully later on in the week we'll get some auction content for you. Catch up soon. Take care now. Bye bye.